I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review, a base gold Neymar. What are you doing? Have you run out of ideas? Have EA not given you enough cards? Maybe. Of course, we do have a new promo on Wednesday. I made a video about 4 months ago now, which, if you look on the channel, you scroll through all the videos, there's a lot there, but you will come up against a, is he still worth it? And you'll find Neymar. Maybe you found this video through searching on YouTube, and in which case, please consider subscribing. Would very much appreciate that. But you will have seen that I've made this video before. When I made it, he was 750,000 coins, and it was 4 months ago. It was before Team of the Season, and I think it was maybe in and around Team of the Year time. So there weren't as many cards on the market that could rival Neymar even then, and even though this obviously is a card that came out when the game came out. So what I thought I would do, seeing as how I still use him in a variation of squads, he's still in a main squad on this account that you're seeing right now. So I want to know, or rather I want to try and tell you, whether I think Neymar is still worth you going out and buying, even though there are so many versions of Neymar himself, but there's also so many different cards out there that are higher rated, and even those that aren't as high rated as Neymar, maybe an 89 or a 90 team of the season, they are higher rated in terms of in-game stats. Neymar has a vast array of great in-games. He's got 5-star, 5-star, high, medium. His body type is just Neymar, which basically is a lean body type. And of course, he does have some really nice stats across the board. However, there are cards out there who have got much less in terms of overall, so like 89 rated Team of the Season cards, or even higher, that have unbelievable stats compared to Neymar. This 92 rated card is not a 92 by today's standards. If this came out as a Team of the Season with the in-games that he has, and it was just a bog standard player, arguably for Leader, for example, they're not similar in game, but what I'm saying is that was a 92 rated Team of the Season card. If that came out with the stats that Neymar currently has, that would be an 88, 89 rated card. It would not be a 92. So 94 acceleration, 89 sprint speed. His shooting isn't particularly great. 87 positioning, 87 finishing, 80 shot power, 84 long shots. Not amazing. His passing, again, very similar situation in that sense. He has 90 vision and 87 short passing. So it's kind of like, it's not bad. Like, at the beginning of the game, this was insane. But now that we have all these different cards, you know, most of them have 90 plus for nearly everything. So Neymar is well behind the curve. He's also got 80 shot power. I did mention it, but I didn't really talk about it. That is not great at all. At this stage of the game, for an attacker, that is actually quite bad. His dribbling is where he gets redeemed slightly. So 96 agility, 92 reactions, 95 ball control, 96 dribbling, 94 composure. Those are very good. Even now, up against a lot of high-end Team of the Season cards, that will compete. 84 balance, however, will not. And then his physicals are woeful. 49 strength, 51 aggression, and only 81 stamina. That compared to Aduriz, pretty good. But in terms of other Team of the Season cards that he will be competing against, and better versions of himself, of course, not great. The team I've got him in is pretty good, actually. Threw that together, just randomly went through positions in, obviously when building the team, and came up with that. It's not too dissimilar to the main team on this account, but I am really loving that Gnabry, and you'll see evidence yet again, as you did in the Lewandowski review, you'll see evidence of Gnabry getting involved even in this. Now, I have resorted to playing him more as a striker these days than I have as a left-sided player. There are clips of him, like this one, for example, going down the left. It depends what formation I'm playing, how aggressive I'm being, and, yeah, various things, really. I have resorted to playing him as a striker, though, mainly because of that stamina, because he can't really cope out on the left for more than a half, and then he starts to really, really struggle. His finishing is questionable. He does have a 5-star weak foot, which is one of the reasons why people love him so much, but his finishing can be questionable now compared to other Team of the Season cards. I say other, he's not a Team of the Season, you know what I mean? Compared to Team of the Season cards that have come out now, you expect them to finish an awful lot of chances, whereas Neymar is obviously back down in the pecking order when it comes to his stats. The weird thing about this card, and it's the same with a lot of these higher end, like Mbappe, Neymar, base gold cards, is that he's still really, really good. Like, unbelievably good. And he's better, in my opinion, than his stats suggest. So you look at that sort of... look at that for a finish. You look at his 87 finishing, his 80 shot power, his balance, and the rest of it, and you just think to yourself, well, he's not going to be as good as, and we'll use him again, Fuenzalida, for example. Fuenzalida's going to be better, sure, right? Because he's got these 95 plus rated stats all over the place. No, Neymar is better than Fuenzalida. I would much rather have Neymar on my team than that card, despite the fact that Fuenzalida's in-games are just so much better than Neymar's. Why? I'm not really sure. I think it comes down to something in the game that will make the likes of Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, and there's a few other cards in there as well that we'll talk about probably in other videos, but something in the game that makes those cards better than just the face stats. So like icons have it as well. There are some really bad icons in the game that just aren't like very good on paper, but when you play with them, they're actually not that bad. And it goes the other way as well, where you'll get some icons that are decent on paper. When you play with them, they're just incredible. Eusebio's base card, for example, is a very good card, but again, there are team of the season cards out there that rival that. But that Eusebio base card is so much better than nearly any team of the season card you can pick up. Why? Because it's an icon. It's just the way that it is. So Neymar's always going to have that going for him. Now, right now, as I'm recording this, his price is around 140 to 180,000 coins. Now, that seems very cheap, but on the other hand, it also seems like, well, like I said at the very beginning, it's not a 92 anymore. This would actually be an 88, 89 rated card. It wouldn't be a 92 if it came out and it was blue. And I do understand that, but it's Neymar. And even now, to this day, I have him in the main team on this account. He has over 1,000 games. He doesn't really show signs of slowing down. This is what I'm talking about that Neymar factor, by the way. You cannot get the ball off him, despite the fact that he's got 49 strength. My opponent, rightfully so as well, I skip the replay, and he stays there for ages. And I can just feel it coming through the screen. He is seething that Neymar has managed to score that goal. And I do not blame him in the slightest, because there's no way Neymar should have been able to score that goal. His defenders are team of the season defenders. They are strong. They've got 90 plus strength. They should have been able to take that ball off Neymar. They were unable to, and it's because the game is cheese and will favour the likes of Neymar in that situation. That is obviously going to work in your favour if you have Neymar. It's going to go against you if you're trying to defend it, of course, unless you have one of the cheese defenders in like Van Dijk or something, and then I don't know what, the world might implode. I have no idea. But the thing I like about him is his positioning is very, very good. He's only got 87 positioning, but he always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to look at what I did 4 months ago. This is an awful screen. I'm so glad I changed it to what it looks like now, because this looks terrible. But why did anyone watch my videos when I had this? We had dribbling, 5-star, 5-star, and agility down as the negative. As the positives. The negatives were stamina, although I did have a question mark on it at the time, because 4 months ago, 81 stamina wasn't as bad as it is now, and I'll tell you why. And of course, the price tag, because when I filmed this, he was 750,000 coins originally. So even then, I gave him a 90. We had an engine chem style on him. We still do to this day. We had him in the top class of players, and I said he was FUT champs worthy, which I stand by, and we'll talk about that when we get into the final review screen. But there are so many more positives we can talk about, really, and we'll talk about that in a second. But in terms of that stamina, we might as well get that out of the way now. Stamina back then, I say back then as if it was years ago, 4 months ago, 81 stamina was sort of borderline, where you kind of want it, you want it to be a little bit higher, but 81 we could sort of cope with, because we're playing against players who don't have insane stamina themselves, right? Now, the stamina is definitely an issue, because I feel like maybe 60th minute, it's the time to think, right, Neymar needs to come off here. To be honest, there are certain circumstances and situations where half-time could be the time to maybe swap him for Quincy Promes, team of the season, and Nani, team of the season as well. Neymar, oh my god, I've done it again. Nani, team of the season, for 80,000 coins when that SBC came out, was incredible value, and I would say he's similar. He's a little bit stockier than Neymar, but he is a very, very good substitute. It's just a shame that Nani's links are so bad that it's almost impossible to get him into a team without having to make a sub in the very first minute of the game to replace that that sort of dead silver that you've put in there just to get the chem. But yeah, that is definitely an issue. This card, though, is still usable, which is mad. I mean, if you are going for a high elite finish or top 100, you'll want to look to improve on this. The 93, for example, is not, in my opinion, the 93 isn't enough. The 93 is very expensive and it's just not a big enough boost. And then you go up to like the 93 Inform, which again, in my opinion, is only 1 plus everything, which is not good enough, is up there in like 1.2 million. The Player of the Month was 2 point something. The 95 is nearly 3 million. And then the Team of the Season is around 5 mil. So when you consider those cards and you look at the prices of those, the 92 becomes even more appealing, because until you get to the 94, there isn't really enough of a boost there to warrant the price tag. So if you did the Player of the Month, you've got a good card, end game, you don't ever need to change him, and obviously the 95 and the 98 goes for that as well. But if you've got the 93 and it's tradable, I genuinely wouldn't really be against selling that and going back for the 92, because the upgrades are negligible. Is he still worth it? Absolutely. There are cards out there, Promes Team of the Season, Nanny Team of the Season, that definitely rival this card and in some cases will be a little bit better. But this card has that sort of end game factor. 5-star, 5-star. It's Neymar. He is still very, very dangerous. He'll score loads of goals. He'll get loads of assists. He's fun to use. He's still quick. I really like him and I would definitely recommend him for 140 to 180k. That is a banging price. If you use him, let me know what you think of him in the comments. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.